Hey everyone, and welcome to Night at the Improv. Night at the Improv shows every Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. It's the show where you direct my design, and after spinning, our word for tonight is Disney, given to us by Daisy Nails, Nail Tutorials, and more. Thank you so much, Daisy Nails, for giving us our word tonight, Disney. If you would like to direct me to do a design, leave a comment below your word and I'll add it to the spinner. And who knows, maybe next episode, your word will be chosen. After spinning, we have to use 3 background colors for tonight, and because I'm looking for certain colors, I am going to make a mixture of 2 colors and then 1 that's straight out from a bottle. For tonight's design, I was kind of dreading this word because I knew it was going to be very involved. There are 2 other Disney princesses that I really like, and aside from the Little Mermaid, Princess Ariel. And then the other one is going to be a Disney character that is a favorite of Daisy Nails, Nail Tutorials, and more. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in. And for my new viewers, please consider subscribing, share, hit that like button, leave a comment below, and click on that notification bell for future videos. After spinning, our first decoration for tonight is going to be powders. So I'm going to I'm going to pearlize some of these backgrounds. Now after spinning again, our next decoration is glitters. I actually did this glitter after the first spin, and I'm moving it over to this spin because it is a glitter. It just so happens that's what I pulled up. So, but I'm going to use glitters in a different way later. But yeah, I'm just adding on this kind of aqua hollow glitter to the background because in a photo of one of the princesses pictures that I've seen, her dress was kind of sparkly, and I think she has something to do with magic. So I know these 2 other princesses fairly well. The middle one I'm not too sure of. I've only seen it one time just so I can get an idea of who this princess character is. So I'm not that well versed in her role and what she looks like and everything yet. So we'll see what will happen, but I'm putting base coat on each nail so that I can prep for my artwork. If you're watching this far, thank you so much for tuning in. Go ahead and click that like button. It really helps my channel out and I greatly appreciate your support. So as I mentioned, I'm doing Disney princesses, and based on the background color, I'm pretty sure you know who my first, one of my favorite Disney princesses is. If not, I mean, I don't know what other way I can give clues without giving it away, but I'm starting off by drawing her face. Obviously, this color is part of her getup. or a dress, I guess. And I have to say, like, my ultimate all-time favorite Disney princess is Ariel from The Little Mermaid. Now, like, I like that she has that like aqua teal color to her dress, but this one came out like a decade later, over a decade later. So I wish this Disney movie came out when I was growing up, because I love green, and I love her outfit. So that was one thing. The other thing is the storyline. It's a very cute storyline that speaks so many things about everything. You know, you just don't apply it to physical appearances or intellectual capacities or personality, attraction, or whatever. I don't know, my English is going down now. Um, but you can apply the storyline to a lot of things. But watching the movie play out and how Disney portrayed it, it was very interesting, because I think this is the only Disney princess that actually had a job, which is more realistic. I mean, I guess Cinderella did, but that's more like enslavement, so maybe that's not the best thing. But another reason, so that was another reason why is they focus around one of my favorite desserts that I just cannot get over, which are vignettes. I have never made it myself. Usually things that I really like, I make myself, and I haven't, nor would I have any knowledge or experience to make these myself. Whenever I'm out and I see it, that's probably the first thing that I go for, along with creme brulee, but that's another story. But yeah, so they kind of like mention this here and there in the movie, and it's kind of a big deal, so that's probably telling as to who this person is. So as vague as that can possibly get, the favorite princesses that I like are very willful and strong women, or girls turning into women, so that's also telling of who these princes may be. But yeah, so again, without having to be very specific, I'm trying to touch lightly, and I've already mentioned maybe a few things that may or may not give this princess away. But I'm definitely trying my hand at art. This second round section is going to be huge, because the bulk of my design for tonight is going to be just my artwork. And then I'm praying that whatever this last decoration is gonna be is not gonna impede on my design or screw it up in any way to where I'm not gonna know what to do with it. So I'm just gonna let this play out. You can go ahead and watch the craziness that is me, because as I said in my post, this took a collective of 7 hours, and I didn't think that the editing was going to take this long, but it is already past midnight. So again, I apologize, you guys, if this video is out late, but I got it out, and I'm going to have to think twice before doing 3 pieces of artwork. I know I've done artwork before for Night at the Improv, but this involved color mixing, this involved shading, which I normally don't do, but it looked a ton better when I did it, because these are actually, the other thing is these are actually like people and not like cartoon dogs or anything, so the artwork definitely is going to take that much more. But I am super proud of the artwork that I did tonight. I've always, the livelong day, have done Princess Ariel on paper, on nails, and it wasn't a big deal. As you guys seen in my Little Mermaid set, that didn't take too long. But these are characters that I honestly have never drawn on paper before, like ever actually, these three princesses. So for me to kind of come out in the cold and actually do on a nail was very daunting for me, and it ended up being okay. It was just really very long work. So I hope you guys enjoy it. So I am wrapping up this first Disney princess for tonight, and as you can see, this is Princess Tiana from The Princess and the Frog. Go check that movie out. It's very cute. You're gonna love it. Again, one of my favorite Disney princesses. So for this next Disney princess, this is one of Daisy Nail's Nail Tutorials and More favorite Disney princesses. She had actually suggested that I draw her on a previous, I think I might have been after I did Ariel, but I hadn't seen the movie, so I just all this time hadn't seen it, and I wasn't confident in drawing her straight out from the cold, but I did end up seeing this movie a couple months ago, so now I'm going to be able to draw her and hopefully draw her well. If you're watching this far, thank you so much for tuning in. Go ahead and click that like button. It really helps my channel out, and I greatly appreciate your support. So this princess is yet another willful princess. I've only seen this one time, so I don't have the storyline on the back of my hand, but how am I going to convey this storyline without revealing? Sorcery is involved, of course. Sorcery is involved in every single one, so that really doesn't help. But she is the eldest in her family of siblings, and she thinks she's doing the right thing right from the get-go. In the beginning, we find that it wasn't at all. And I think the whole issue was kind of typical of maybe most women back in that time, especially belonging to royalty. So, and you know what? It still happens today, not just in royalty. But she was just trying to find a way to get out of it and just live her life. She's kind of like a tomboyish kind of girl and pretty good at doing a lot of things, but she's still a young girl, so her choices are not that great. So this movie was fun. I knew some of the actors that worked into this movie, so that was kind of fun hearing their voices. I think collectively this is a movie that you should definitely get to see. It's more exciting than the Disney princess movies that I've seen in the past, of course. Very much more exciting. So definitely go check it out once we reveal who the princess is. Now, one thing that I must say about this Disney princess is that I love the hair. Like, I always wanted to have like really long and big Diana Ross hair, who is one of my favorite singers of all time. So, my hair's thin, you know. I think you've seen it in my videos, but I love this princess's hair. It's very volumed and long and curly and all over the place, and that's pretty much me, except minus the volume. At any rate, um, in doing her hair design, so I was thinking crazy, right? So I'm mixing up these colors that just seem a little too bright, but after I start letting it down, it looks freaking amazing, and I love it. And I love how the brush is just wiggling back and forth, making these crazy waves, but it works. And I'm not done there because I do have glitter, and I wanted to use this glitter for some time now. It's just the color was orange and I didn't know how I was going to use it. But since our second decoration for tonight is going to be glitter, I'm going to add glitter to her hair, and it's going to look crazy, like super cool. I thought that I would just deck her all out with this glitter that you'll see, because it's chunky and I think it adds to the craziness of the hair. But then I thought if her whole head was glittery, it might not look that great. So I'm playing with colors here and it looks fabulous. So wrapping this princess up, as you may or may not know, this is Princess Merida from the Disney movie Brave. Go check the movie out. It's pretty cute, pretty exciting, and I really hope this came out good enough for Daisy Nails, because this is one of her favorite princesses. And last but not least, we have our final Disney princess. This is one of my all-time favorite princesses growing up. I am of Asian descent, and now that I've said that, you probably already know who this Disney princess is. If not, the background color might have already given it away, assuming that I'm not going to do Ariel again. But yeah, so growing up I felt kind of out of place. I grew up in Jersey, wanting long, really big hair, but and I did. I had a perm, and long hair at one point. That's neither here nor there. So anyway, growing up was pretty difficult. There wasn't much of me around. When I say me, I'm Filipino. I'm not, Japanese, Chinese. I'm not any other Asian other than Filipino. So it was a little rough. But it was nice when this movie came out, because this is iconic. It's a Disney princess that, not only was of some Asian descent, there wasn't much of that anywhere, not even in live TV. There was maybe one or two here or there. Now there's actually, movies and TV shows with mostly Asian descent actors, and I think that is baller. But anyway, so when this movie came out, I was like, oh, let's check this out. And this is another strong and willful princess, which I love. that wanted to go outside the box, which is exactly how I felt, because I was first generation born here, trying to, stake my claim and make a point that I'm American and not Filipino. I mean, I am, but I'm Filipino, American Filipino, which is a complete different animal in itself, because I'm half in, half out. I was growing up and I didn't have regular sandwiches. I had cultural things. I had cultural foods that I was bringing in, cultural beliefs and values that wasn't the mainstream ideas in growing up in the 80s. So it was, like I said, it was a bit rough. But then at the same time, when I came home, I was American to them because I didn't speak the language. I understood, some things that my mom would say, but I always answered in English, and she didn't understand why I didn't embrace all of the cultural things and values, because life here is just so different. And of course, if I embraced some of the things in my country, it just, bringing it into school as the only one, wasn't that great because I would get picked on. It wasn't fun. So, watching this movie definitely made me feel a lot better that now there's something out there that, for kids that I knew everybody was going to watch, and it was a strong character. So this was definitely one of my favorites. And I went on a tangent there, but this was an iconic movie growing up for me. So I had to have her in my mix for tonight. Obviously this princess is Asian, so that really, you can probably figure it out. But if not, again, she is trying to break the mold of traditional women's roles and wanting to do more. She wants to fight and be part of the army, and well, obviously, that just doesn't suit well for a woman of that time, especially for a little girl. So, it's very interesting to have watched this movie and see how she evolves and how where the change was going to be, because watching this as a kid, I'm thinking, how am I going to change my parents' minds about who I want to be? And at the end of the movie, of course, it's nice and beautiful, and her fairy tale was, the acceptance of her family, including her ancestors. So this is a good watch to have. So I'm just going to let this play out. It's really late, so I'm trying not to just jibber jabber all over this video. And hopefully the music doesn't bore you so much. So we'll see what happens. But enjoy the artwork. Again, this is fully loaded of my artwork. And it wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be, but it was definitely tedious and very long. It was 7 hours of filming, and probably almost as much as video editing, which is why I am posting this a little bit later than I wanted to. But I really hope that you guys enjoy this. If you're watching this far, thank you so much for tuning in. Go ahead and click that like button. It really helps my channel out, and I greatly appreciate your support. Wrapping this up, I spun the wheel one last time and I got striping tape. I don't have use for striping tape, but I'm just going to use it to trim the dress here. And we're going to wrap this up. As you can see, this nail is supposed to be Princess Mulan. Again, one of my favorite Disney princesses. If you haven't seen the movie, go see the movie. It's very empowering and along the way stumbly, but I feel like that's how I and maybe most of you might have felt growing up. And here is the end result for tonight's theme, our word Disney, given to us by Daisy Nails Tutorials and more. Thank you so much, Daisy, for giving us our word for tonight, Disney. And that was Princess Tiana from Princess and the Frog. And this is Daisy Nails' favorite princess, Merida, Princess Merida from Brave. I love, love, love that hair. That's one of my favorites of this set. And then last but not least, we have Princess Mulan, which I forgot, by the way. Lea Salongo, who is Filipino, sang for Mulan. She's the one that did, "Who is that girl I see staring straight back at me?" I love her in Miss Saigon, love her in Aladdin, love this movie. Princess Mulan. Well, thank you so much for joining me at night at the Improv every Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. This is Isms by Josie. Please share, like, and subscribe for future videos. I have Wongashand every other weekend, a video coming up, and I have a ton of other videos coming up this week. I don't know how I'm going to fit them in, but we have Goody Two Shoes, and a tribute video, and I have a couple of unboxings, an Impure unboxing as well. And I'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.